Hello, this is Copyright CEO here, recording, and today we are going to fly one of the default Flight Simulator aircraft, which if you already own Flight Simulator, you've seen this, obviously. It's the AirCreation Trike Ultralight, which I personally find kind of boring, but for those of you who don't play Flight Simulator, one, you're missing out, and two, get it, but at least you can now know about this aircraft. It's probably the lamest one in the game, but I'll review it anyways, because it does have a few tricks up its sleeve while we look around it. Now, today we're at Keflavik. I decided all the stuff with the title screen and everything was unnecessary, and I've also heard that people should perhaps not start their engines until I've been done with the speaking part. Now, in real life, this thing is quite small and quite light. It's called an ultralight, after all. And we're at Keflavik, Iceland, because, well, eg tala islenska. I speak Icelandic. It's one of the languages I speak. I don't live in Iceland, but I do speak Icelandic. And let's start the engines up. This is one of the easier ones to start. Engine start switch, RPMing up. Now, I forget what kind of engine this has, but I believe it has a top speed of about 80 miles an hour, so it's not a jet, obviously. And why is my engine dropping, RPMs dropping? Oh, of course, because I've got no throttle. Alright, we're now going to take off. Decided all the taxiing around and title screen stuff was unnecessary. Alright, pull back. There are no flaps on this baby, and I'm probably going to stall it because it's just so easy to over-control. It looks easy. It's supposedly easier to fly than all the other stuff I fly, but if you ask me, it's not. It's too easy to over-control and crash. Like that. See what I mean, people? And let's go through the buttons. Shift 1 hides that. Shift 2 gives me a comm unit. Shift 3 gives me a GPS. Shift 4 takes away the ignition switch and RPM thing. And Shift 5 does nothing whatsoever, and for some reason all my stuff's flickering. And I'm going too fast, and I'm only going at like 80 miles an hour. It's vibrating just with the fact that I'm moving in it. So, yeah, it's kind of a standard aircraft. It is not pressurized, obviously. It's open air. I mean, look at it. How could it be pressurized? And it's very easy to over-control. It also can work as a glider, but I'd first like to get some altitude. Keflavik's about 200 feet, is 177 feet altitude, so if we climb to about 2,000 feet above that, then we should be good to glide. Maybe I can do a glide test with this one. My mouse is flickering for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sorry. And my menu bar won't go away. I'm also sorry about that. Sorry. Sorry, people. It does have a virtual cockpit, but as you may or may not know, I really don't like virtual cockpits. So, where'd you go, mouse? But this is what the virtual cockpit by default looks like. You can see why this one I especially don't like. Although if I look down, it's not that bad. I mean, I can see all my gauges and everything, but I don't particularly like virtual cockpits, whether they're good or not, because I just prefer real deal cockpits. The looking around part just makes it weird for me. Plus, this thing is impossible to control, if you ask me. I think we can glide now. Okay, actually, just for a treat, why don't I try to show how one gets back to Keflavik instead? That might be better. Oops, it appears we're too close to really make an approach. So, scratch that idea. Anyways, it lands like any other aircraft, just no flaps, because, well, I guess it's too simple. Where would you even put the flaps? All it is pretty much is a hang glider wing with an engine. Which is part of its simplicity, and for some people, part of its appeal. But the thing is, it's just so slow. 80 miles an hour top speed. I mean, they can do better than that. Oh, and if you're wondering where this thing comes from, it's French, I think. However, it is good for gliding at low altitude and sightseeing, I guess. That's one advantage. Okay. And that's kind of the AirCreation Trike Ultralight. I mean, it is kind of cool for some things, however, like, it's not really good for barrel rolling. As you can see, it looks more like a barrel almost crash, and always overspeeds. And, of course, it's not good for backflips either, because it stalls in the middle. Top speed of 80 miles an hour, it just doesn't. Although now I'm flying it upside down, at least. Yeah, upside down air trike. Probably wasn't meant for this, because I don't think there's a seatbelt, and you'd probably fall out of it. But yeah. Almost crashed, but yeah, lived. And what's the stall speed on this thing? I don't remember. Let's find out. 40 miles. Still not stalling. Okay. About 40 miles an hour. Probably could land it right there on the helipad, but I wouldn't recommend it. Well, I'll fly some vertical takeoff and landing and short takeoff and landing aircraft, and you can judge that. This thing's just so easy to over-control. Some people say that's the charm. I don't. I don't agree with those people. I'm sorry. If you're one of the people who like flying ultralights, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone. It's just I don't enjoy flying them. So in the future, I probably won't do as many. I'm just doing these to show the tricks that are up the sleeves of certain flight simulator aircraft, which do have some unique things that they can do, but this one's not really one of them. Can't vertically climb either. I'm not going to do a stall turn with it. I almost went into a spin there and almost overstressed the airframe. Okay, now I think I've flown around Keflavik enough. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye.